So, you have this genuine desire to share your faith, but every time an opportunity pops up, there's that knot in your stomach, right? It's the fear of what they'll think, the dreaded awkward silence, the chance you might get rejected. But what if I told you that this single greatest fear, the fear of man, isn't just your problem? It paralyzes so many Christians, and it's absolutely killing our witness. In this video, we're not just going to name that fear. I'm going to give you a simple, 3-step game plan that will help you move from anxiety to genuine confidence in sharing the most important message in the entire world. Let's just be honest with each other. The number one fear that stops us dead in our tracks is the fear of rejection and social awkwardness. It's that worry that we'll be mocked, labeled as that person, or that we might just ruin a friendship. This fear is so powerful that a lot of us have just blended into the culture around us, so we don't risk offending anyone. You see that opening in a conversation, your heart starts pounding, and then you say nothing. The moment passes, and what's left is that wave of guilt and the feeling of a massive missed opportunity. I still remember standing with a friend who was walking through a major life crisis. Everything was falling apart for him, and I knew that the hope of the gospel was the only real answer he needed. I could feel the Holy Spirit prompting me, but the fear of sounding preachy or just plain weird was like a weight on my tongue. So I just nodded and said, "Man, I'm so sorry. That's really tough." He walked away without the one hope I could have offered, and I walked away feeling like a total coward. That feeling is just the worst, because the truth is, when we let fear win, we're basically saying that our temporary comfort is more important than someone's eternal destiny. Ouch! So, how do we break this cycle? It's not about becoming some slick debater or memorizing complicated arguments. It's about a fundamental shift in how we see this whole thing. Here are 3 simple shifts to move past the fear. Step 1. Reframe your goal. First things first, you have to completely reframe what you're trying to do. Your goal is not to convert anyone. That's God's job. Jesus himself said it in John 6:44. "No one can come to me unless the Father who sent me draws them." When you realize the outcome isn't your responsibility, an incredible amount of pressure just vanishes. Your job is simply to be a faithful witness. That's it. You're there to plant a seed or water one. You're there to share what Christ has done in your own life. So, instead of carrying the weight of someone's salvation on your shoulders, focus on the goal of being obedient. Pray for God to give you his heart for people and for chances to show his love. When your goal shifts from getting a result to simply being faithful, the fear of failure starts to lose its grip. Step 2. Redefine your power source. Second, we have to redefine where our power comes from. So much of our fear is rooted in feeling inadequate. We think, "I don't know enough. I'm not gifted at this." Or the big one, "I'm going to mess it up." We're trusting in our own wisdom, our own cleverness. But the Bible tells us our power comes from the Holy Spirit. In Acts 1-8, Jesus promises, "You will receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you, and you will be my witnesses." Your confidence shouldn't be in your own ability, but in the Spirit's power to work through you. You don't need a seminary degree to say, "I was lost, but now I'm found." Paul even said in 1 Corinthians that he didn't come with wise and persuasive words, but with a demonstration of the Spirit's power, so that our faith would rest on God's power, not human cleverness. Stop focusing on your weakness and start relying on his strength. Step 3. Rethink your first move. And the final step is to rethink how you even start the conversation. We have this picture in our heads of evangelism being this formal, maybe even confrontational presentation, but it almost never looks like that. Usually, it's just a conversation. The goal isn't to deliver a sermon, it's to build a bridge. The best way to do this is by learning to listen and ask good questions. Instead of prepping a speech, just be curious. Ask someone, do you have any kind of spiritual background? Or if they're going through a hard time, hey, could I pray for you about that? These simple on-ramps can lead to incredibly deep spiritual conversations. Often, the fear is at its absolute worst right before you open your mouth. Once the conversation is actually rolling, you might be shocked to find that God provides the words and that the person is way more open than you ever imagined. Your job is just to take that small first step. Look, fear has kept way too many of us silent for way too long, but it does not get to have the final word. God has commanded us to go, and He has equipped us with His Spirit. The story of what God has done in your life is powerful, and you are the absolute best person to share it. So here's my challenge to you. This week, just take one step. Pick one person in your life who needs Jesus and pray for them. And when an opportunity comes up, don't focus on converting them. Just focus on loving them enough to take that first small step and open your mouth. If this was helpful, please hit that subscribe button for more content on living out your faith with boldness. And let me know in the comments below, what is one thing that holds you back from sharing your faith? Let's get a conversation going and encourage each other. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's obedience. Now go tell someone about the wonderful Savior we have.